أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. So today's session is all about this line وبقية الله. So here we are saying Assalamu ala baqiyyatillah. Um, the words first of all, baqiyya, baqiyyatillah, the word is baqiyya. This comes from the root word baqa. Baqa means to remain, to stay, to continue. And therefore, baqiyatullah refers to that which Allah has made to last and has not allowed it to perish and wither. So here we are saying, peace be upon that which Allah has caused to remain and continue and not perish. Now, what does this mean and who is this referring to? Is it just Imam Zaman who has this title? Well, here we are saying it to all of the Imams. And what this means is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from His grace and His mercy, the fact that He wants to guide us and wants to take us to the best possible outcome, He has a process of guidance. And this guidance comes in the form, first of all, in this world, in the form of the prophets, the Anbiya of Allah. The Anbiya of Allah are those people appointed by Allah who are sinless, who act as the intermediaries between the people and God, who receive, for example, the wahi and revelation and news of the world, the other world from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding spiritual matters, metaphysical matters, and then they communicate it to the world and the worldly people. They are that link between Allah and the people. They are the link between Khaliq and Makhluk. So they are the Anbiya. There's 124,000 Anbiya, and finally the last prophet came, and he was, of course, our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then we have after them the A'imma alayhi wasallam. Now all the A'imma alayhi wasallam are Baqiyatullah because they are the final, the remnant, the remaining Hujjats of Allah after the Prophet. It is the Imams. So they are Baqiyatullah. All of them are Baqiyatullah in this sense, in the sense that they are the final Hujjats of Allah, the final proofs, representatives, appointed people by God to act as intermediaries between Him and the people, to act as the link between the heavens and the earth, to act as the link between Wahi and giving that to the people. They are Baqiyatullah. So they are that which Allah has made to last, the remnants of God. Those remaining few hujjats of Allah are the A'imma alayhimus salam. Then after A'imma alayhimus salam, after the 11 Imams have come into this world, have been killed, they were all shaheed, they left this world. Now we have one final hujjat of Allah left. And he is therefore Baqiyatullah. And in him, this Baqiyatullah really manifests itself in this one person only. So A'immah alayhi Muslim are Baqiyatullah in the sense that they have come at the end and after all of the prophets. So they are Baqiyatullah. But then if you want to make it even just one person, it is the current Imam, Imam of the time, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala, Farajuh Sharif, Imam Zaman. So anything, basically, this is Agha Jawadi's now explanation which we are giving. Anything that Allah gives to mankind and which has the qualities of such as building man's long-term happiness and future, or it has the blessings and benefits which do not end. All of these kinds of things are termed as Baqiyatullah. When they have such qualities, they are manifesting the name of Allah, which is Al-Baqi, the one who remains. So that name manifests in these kinds of things, that they also remain. There is a reference to this in the Holy Qur'an, where Prophet Shu'aib uses this term, and some have said that this is probably the first time that any human has used this term, any person has spoken these words of Baqiyatullah. This is in 1185 to 86, where Nabi Shu'aib is talking to his people. Now, the people of the time of Nabi Shu'aib, their issue was that they were not trading honestly. They would not give people the full measure and weight. They would shortchange people. So he says this in 1185 to 86. He says, "O my people, observe fully the measure and the balance with justice, and do not cheat the people of their goods. and do not act wickedly on the earth, causing corruption. Baqiyatullah khayrun lakum in kuntum mu'minin. What remains of Allah's provision is better for you, should you be faithful. So here, what he's trying to say is that after dealing honestly, after giving people the full weight and measure, after being fair in your dealings, yes, you may have a small amount left. You may think that, oh, this is less profit. If I would have shortchanged people, conned people, tricked people, I would have had more. He's saying even if you think it's less, even if you think it's little, khayrun lakum. It's baqiyatullah and it's khayrun lakum. It may be small in your eyes, but this is better for you in kuntum mu'minin if you be faithful. In other words, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has some things that are linked to Him, and when they're linked to Him, they take on His color, His wajhullah, they become lasting, they don't perish. So the reason behind this statement of Nabi Shu'aib is that halal profit is actually sustenance and rizq that is descended from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is beyond physical money. It has the degree of wajhullah, the face of Allah, or the color of Allah, or the attachment with Allah in it. And therefore it is a manifestation of Al-Baqi. It can lead a person to blessing and goodness and help to secure that person's long-term happiness. Hence, whatever has this kind of link with Allah, and it has this element of wajhullah, it manifests the name of Allah, which is Al-Baqi, and therefore it is also Baqiyatullah. What is the utmost, best, most amazing, most pure manifestation of Baqiyatullah, which leads people to long-term happiness, which leads people to um, success in the long term, which has tremendous blessings and benefits which do not end? This is none other than Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, Nahnu wajhullah. We are the face of Allah. We are this link with Allah, this element of Allah. In its truest sense, that is us. And in the description of Imam Zaman, we say, for example, I believe this is Dua Nudba, أين وجه الله الذي يتوجه إليه الأولياء. Where is that face of Allah by which the friends of Allah can turn their attention towards Him? In other words, they go through the wajhullah, which is Imam Zaman, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, yes, other things may also have a degree of this, such as the Prophet that we talked about earlier with Nabi Shu'aib, the Prophet from trading honestly. Other things may also have a degree of this baqiyatullah, but Ahlul Bayt alayhim wasalam are the true, uttermost manifestation of baqiyatullah in its complete form. There are many, many more points which Agha Jawadi brings, but inshallah I will cover those in a bonus session, inshallah. So I think here we can conclude for today. This was our discussion on baqiyatullah. Let's see if there's any questions. Please put them on chat as usual if there are any questions. We'll give it 30 seconds or so. It doesn't look like there's anything. Shall we conclude, Sister Malimahan?
Yes, inshallah.
Yeah, Zach says sometimes the meaning is defined as remainder of Allah. Yeah, remainder of Allah, remnant of Allah. It's very difficult to give an English equivalent to Baqiyatullah. But yeah, you get the general gist. As we've explained, we need to use a few different words to get it accurately translated and portrayed. But hopefully, what we discussed was clear that this is the remainder of Allah. In other words, that Allah had a series of hujjats and proofs, and these are the last ones now. These are what is remaining. And our Imam Zaman is the absolute final. There is no other proof after him. He's the final proof. If Rasulullah is Khatamul Anbiya, then Imam Zaman is Khatamul Awsiya. inshallah. Salams, talking about the ayah, why does Shu'aib alayhi salam say Baqiyatullah? Because Nabi Shu'aib says Baqiyatullah because this is the remaining profit after trading honestly. This is Baqiyatullah. In other words, this is what is remaining from Allah for you after you've traded honestly, after you have dealt with people justly. This is Baqiyatullah khairun lakum. So what is remaining is from Allah, and that is khairun lakum. That is good for you. That's why he's using this term Baqiyatullah. So that was our discussion on this great line of Zat Jamia, Baqiyatullah. And next time we will hopefully discuss the next term, which is وَخِيَارَتِهِ. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we're back after a couple of weeks of no sessions. And let me just go through what we're doing and why we're doing it. So this is an effort which was a decision I made in August 2019 in the holy city of Qom, after hearing someone called Agha Shahidi in the Shabistani Imam Khomeini of the Haram of Bibi Masuma, when he was making a comment regarding how few people there were in the recitation of Ziyarat Jamia Kabira, which happens on a Thursday evening after Dua Kumel. So at that moment, I made a intention that if Imam Zaman helps me, then inshallah I will give a commentary on this great ziyarat, which is all about extolling the virtues of our Imams alayhimus salam from the Quran and Hadith, proving their virtues, proving their merits, and celebrating them and feeling closer to them. So this is not something which I would say it's academic. There are no handouts. It's not a course in that sense, although it is a course that each session is linked to the other, and to gain maximum benefit, everyone needs to listen to all of the sessions. There's no PowerPoint as such. It's not affiliated with any Jamaat or federation or body. It is not aimed against any person or other efforts or other people. It is only and only and only in service to Imam Zaman, Ajalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. It is meant to be wilayati, spiritual. To sum it all up, we can say it is about maqam nuraniyati a'immeh, the spiritual positions of our Imams alayhimus salam. And we are talking about a few years and not just weeks or months. So inshallah, we're going to go through each volume of Agha Jawadi's Adab-e-Finay Mukarraban in Farsi, Adab-e-Finay Mukarraban, and that is 12 volumes in total, and we are currently on volume 3.